First and foremost, I'm incredibly grateful, filled with gratitude for what these seniors have accomplished in their careers. Just amazing. Mike Watkins staying the course when he easily could have left, and knowing how hard it was going to be, but he still stayed, and everybody surrounding him and supporting him. Lamar Stevens' powerful statement last summer, I'll call it, to stay. We're not in a position to fight for a championship, which we haven't done in my tenure, without those guys. So I'm incredibly grateful for them. And Curtis, he didn't have to come here. He had many other suitors, but he chose to come here because of our staff and guys like Lamar and Mike. Speaks volumes to where this program is today. And I felt like game-wise, it's exciting to be on that level now. And that can't drop. We're a damn good team. We just haven't played 40 minutes yet. MJ's getting back. He's getting closer and closer. I said this in the presser the other day to a couple guys. We're getting close. I think MJ, got tired out in the second half. But we had a great first half, disappointing second half. Give Tom and Michigan State credit, and give Tillman credit. I haven't seen anybody guard Lamar like that in 4 years. He did an outstanding job of really frustrating him all night long. But a lot of basketball to be played, a lot of time for us to right the ship, and we will, because I know we got a lot of commitment and a lot of love in that locker room.
Pat, you always get that A-plus effort from Lamar, but where is he physically? Because there are some things there that seem to be signs of fatigue, whether it's missing free throws or not quite getting some of those dunks that he usually gets. Can you speak to that?
You know what? You're going to have to ask Lamar, because I don't want to give anybody an excuse or an explanation, because I look at Tillman, and Tillman played 38 minutes. So, hey, he's our best player. He's got to play. We got to battle through mentally and physically. Now, for him, he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders, right? This entire program. His face is everywhere. He's still got to battle through.
Pat, wondering what you saw different from Michigan State in this second half in this meeting than you did a month ago in East Lansing, and where their characteristics are different and where they're different.
I thought it was Tillman. I thought Tillman was terrific. And 23 and 15, double-double. I don't think he had that good of a game against us the first time around. And then Rocket Watts with his speed. You know what Cassius is going to do. I thought we did a really good job on Cassius. As a team, I thought we did a nice job. But I thought Rocket Watts and Henry's production, and Tillman for sure, was the difference in the second half.
They really made you work on the defensive end, especially in the second half. They're really, really moving. You think your guys wore out a little physical at the other end? They weren't moving. Your guys weren't moving the ball nearly as much as they were. Sometimes that's legs.
Sometimes that happens when you miss shots. Sometimes you can miss shots and your effort on the defensive end isn't the best. So we got to grow and learn and continue to get better. These guys are thoroughbreds, man. These guys are top-level athletes. And it's the mental conditioning that we got to punch through. And we will. We got plenty of time to do it.
Do you think that's their heritage and your lack of? Is that part of it?
I don't know about that. I think we beat them.
Well, they've done it so many times.
Yeah, they've been there before.
Yeah.
But, we beat them at Breslin. So we should have confidence against Michigan State. And I think we did. They just made the plays in the second half.
To piggyback on that, to what extent did you feel like, I don't know if you want to call them attitude plays or hustle plays or effort plays, how much did you feel like that kind of dictated some of the pace of the early part of the second half?
Yeah, those first 4 minutes was massive. They got some rebounds. They made a three. We had some turnovers, some long missed shots, some really quick shots too. So I think that definitely swayed the momentum their way. And we'll watch film. We'll learn. We'll continue that process of getting better. But definitely, they made some big time attitude or winning plays that kept the momentum going in their favor.
last two home games, you've made 16 first half threes. You've made one now in the second half over this game. In the last, I know you haven't seen the film, but do you have a guess of what that disconnect has been between the first and second half opportunities, shooting, whatever that might be?
You know what? You're not going to like my answer. It's the league. We play in the Big Ten. No one's going away. You have 8 teams in the top 25. This is a darn good league. You're playing against great talent, and we jumped them, and they came out and jumped us. We have to prevent that from happening. We gotta play that much harder, and we got to figure that out. We were doing it for 8 straight games when we had that great winning streak. So it's in us. We just got to bring it back out.
Do you think the ball stopped a little bit too much offensively in the second half at Lamar and at Myron when you guys were trying to get back going in the game?
You know what? I got to watch the film. Possibly. We had 17 assists and 4 turnovers. So what do we have, 5 in the second half? Possibly. But then the shots aren't going now. So, we'll look at the film. We'll dissect it. I really think it was our defense. I felt like if our defense could really stand tight together and keep that trust that we had in the first half. It's only they only scored 31 points against a great elite scoring team. So I'll look at the defensive end more than the offensive end.
Pat, you've made it a point several times already. You've said a lot of time to right the ship. Mental conditioning, you got to punch through it. You said it's in us. You won 8 in a row. What's the difference between when everything's going well and you're winning and how the players respond to that to now you've lost 4 or 5, you are getting close to the end, and you lose a 19-point lead on senior night? What's the difference from an emotional and mental standpoint with these guys now versus the 8-game winning streak?
You know what? Just got to keep showing up. Got to keep a great attitude. Got to continue to have fun. Continue to come into practice and keep working hard. Great group of guys. 21 wins, 11 wins in the Big Ten, when the Big Ten's probably at its best it's ever been. I don't know. You could probably answer that. That's what Izzo said to me before the game. He's like, I've never seen the league as good as it is this year. That's a guy who's been here at Michigan State in the Big Ten for a long time. So we've done a lot of great things. We have to press on. We have to stay the course. Whatever great cliche you want to use, that's what we have to do, and we're going to continue to do that.
Pat, even with a 15-point lead at the half, you guys have played Michigan State before. You know what they're capable of and the run they've been on. You had to figure that they were going to make a run, and I'm sure that you told your team that in the locker room. What exactly, when they did make the run in the second half, what exactly about that is so hard to stop?
Well, we got to get to the free throw line. We didn't make free throws. That's the time where you really need to post up and get an easy one or an offensive rebound putback or a dagger 3, but we weren't making our threes and we weren't making our free throws. And I think we missed some layups. We missed some layups during that run. So they were able to get the rebound, and they take the ball from one end, just like we do, from one end to the other very quickly. And they were able to get some easy baskets.
Pat, is there any concern that your team's best basketball is behind it? I know you keep saying that you haven't put together the full 40 minutes yet. Are you worried that that may not come and that there isn't enough time left?
No, I disagree with that statement because we haven't had Myrion Jones for a long time. So he's just getting back. So, he was very rusty against Iowa. He was very good in the first half, just okay in the second half because of his wind. But once we get him back to full strength, I think it's full steam ahead.
Pat, could you speak to the environment of tonight's game? 13,000 fans in the first half. The BJC was rocking harder than I've ever heard it before. So could you just give me some insight on how that helps you?
I can't thank the fans enough for coming out for this game, for our seniors, what it meant to our seniors, what it meant to our team. The students were awesome. They were so loud. You just wished for Lamar and Mike that they would go out on a W. It's unfortunate. But we had great success all year long with attendance. So I really want to thank everybody out there, thank the students, season ticket holders for showing up and supporting us. Not just this year. They've supported me throughout, especially the last 4 or 5 years. And that means a lot to me and the staff and the players.
Pat, could you explain your decision to start Mike and Myron? I'm guessing I know, but I'd like to know for sure.
I thought for Mike, he's been here 5 years. I thought he deserved to hear his name one more time. And I also thought he was playing pretty well. And there's nothing wrong with the little change. mindset on MJ. We need him down the stretch here. So let's get him back where he belongs, and let's get the substitution pattern. Let's get that down, and let's prepare ourselves for a great couple weeks here.
Pat, you mentioned Tillman before. Just for State, the ability to basically put him in single coverage on every team's best guy, not have to cheat, not have to do anything. Just as an opposing coach, when it's your best player, just how much of a bind does that kind of put you in?
Yeah, it's massive because we get a lot of easy buckets when Lamar commands that double team, and then we have them chasing, and that's the goal in offense, right? You want the other team or the defense to chase, and with the way they played, they were jamming some screens, they were going under some screens, but Tillman was Velcroed to Lamar all night long, and he's long, he's big, he's strong. He did a heck of a job.
Coach, you had a couple of emotional moments at the hugs at the end of the game at the ceremony with Lamar and Mike. Anything you could possibly share what you had to say, or is it just too personal even for us?
Just in a nutshell, gratitude and love. So thankful and so appreciative of their loyalty and commitment to me and the staff and this program, this university. That's pretty much the gist. Thanks.